Okay, welcome to lesson 12. Lesson 12. Lesson 12. Lesson 12. Lesson 12. Am I crazy? No, I'm not. So I'm just repeating lesson 12, lesson 12, lesson 12. So this is our lesson. Repetition. So in this lesson, I'm going to talk about while loop. So you want to repeat a process, or you want to repeat an action, or you want to repeat a set of instructions. You'll need a while loop. So you want to repeat something. So we have this guy here. He's walking to this point. He's walking to this point. He's walking to this point. Now we are repeating this process. What is the action? The action is walking. So we are repeating this process, this action. So we have to use a while loop. Now let's have the general syntax of while loop. So it's somehow similar to conditionals. We have the reserved word while, and we have our conditions, or one condition based on the problem, and you have a bunch of statements here. Yeah, you're right, we have indentation. And this one, we have column. And we've got the reserved word here. So it means you can't use while as the name of a variable because it's a reserved word. So we have while, one condition, or multiple conditions, indentation, and some statements. Now let's say you want to find sum of 10 numbers. So how to find sum of 10 numbers? A1 plus A2 plus up to A10. You add them up and you get the result. Let's say capital X. So what if you have 1 billion numbers? Is it the way? It is the way, but you cannot do it manually. You can say A1 plus A2 plus A 1 billion equals X. It doesn't make sense. So here, while loop comes and helps you. So let's say we have 1, 5, 2. These three numbers. How to find sum of these three numbers? First, 1 plus 5. The answer is 6. And 6 plus 2. The answer is 8. So this is the final answer. So you can do it without while loop. But what about your computer? Can it do it like you? Of course not. So we want to find sum of n numbers. 10 numbers, 100 numbers, 20 numbers. So first, let's say we have an empty box and we have 0 inside the box. What about the label of the box? I say capital T. So initially we don't have anything inside the box. And we have n numbers. So if you say 1 plus 0, what is the answer? It's 1. So a number plus 0 is the number itself. Now we have our container or our box, which is empty. So first you have to add a1 to the box. So it will be 0 plus a1, and the answer is a1. Now you have something in the box. It's not empty anymore. So you have a1. Now somewhere here, let's say you have a2. So this time you say a1 plus a2, and you get a number. So a1 plus a2, the next iteration. So what is the action here? What is the process here? Adding two numbers. So adding two numbers. Now we have to repeat this process. How many times? N times. So this box is empty. At the beginning, let's say t equals 0. So this is our variable, t equals 0. This is the initial value of t. And then while, so it says we need a condition or multiple conditions. So what to do? So you want to count. Okay, we have the first number, the second number, the third number, and so on. So you want to count. You are counting. What about your computer? Does it count? It doesn't. So you have to teach your computer how to count. How to keep track of the number of iterations. Now let's have another variable. And I call it counter. Counter equals 1. Here, the initial value doesn't matter. You can start from any number, but you have to have n iterations at the end. So counter equals 1, while counter less than or equal to something. How many numbers? N numbers, less than or equal to n. So this is our condition here. And here you can say n equals 10. So counter less than or equal to 10. And then we have t equals, this is our empty box. Now you want to add the first number, a1. T equals t, which is 0 plus the number. Here we say counter. So basically we are doing this action. Sum of numbers from 1 up to 10. T equals t plus counter. So this is the first step, the first iteration. Then what is next? Let's do something here and you will see. what's happening. 1 less than or equal to 10. Is this one true? Yes, this one is true. And the value of t is 0. So the condition is true. T equals t plus counter. T is 0. 0 plus counter is 1. The answer is 1. Now the value of t is 1. So whenever you're done with all statements inside the while loop, which we call it body of while loop, you go back to the condition again. So while counter less than or equal to 10. Counter is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10. You do something, you go back to the condition. Again, 1 less than or equal to 10. 1 less than or equal to 10. So you can continue to infinity. This is wrong. This is wrong. So counter is 1. The first iteration, you have to make counter 2. You have to make it 3. You have to make it 4. So you want to teach your computer how to count, right? So after adding a number to the box t, you increase the value of counter by 1. Counter plus equal to 1. And as you know, this one is augmented assignment operator. Then counter becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to 10. 2 less than or equal to 10. Is it true? Yes, this one is true. T equals t plus counter. What is the value of t? The value of t is 1. 1 plus, what about the value of counter? The value of counter is 2. You get 3. And then counter becomes 3. Then you go back to while loop, 3 less than or equal to 10. And you continue like this. And you get the sum of the first 10 natural numbers. So using a while loop. So I have a question for you. So I will solve this question in the next lesson. Print all odd numbers from n to m. And let's have one assumption: n always less than m. So you have a number n, a number m, so you have to find, or you have to print all odd numbers from n to m. So that was all for this lesson. As usual, take care and bye-bye.